The following video will show how simple user input and dialogues are possible with TMS Web. There's really no big difference with regard to the VCL, how to do simple user input and dialogues with TMS Web. You have the very well-known message dialog function, you have show message, and in addition to those you have input box, input query, and confirm. The difference between input box and input query is that input box returns the entered value or the default value, and input query returns true or false. You pass the default value by value into the function call. The biggest difficulty with other web frameworks is that as soon as you show your dialog or wait for user input, your application has to proceed and use these values. TMS Web makes this very easy. This is a demo that comes with the web framework. I extended it with calls to all the other message types. The message dialog demo allows you to change the kind of message you want to show in message dialog. You can show warning, error, information, confirmation, and custom. So if you show an error, show, and there's your message. Of course, this works in any HTML5 compatible browser. Switch to confirmation, and you get yes, no, cancel instead. Let's look at the other examples. Confirm, and you see that it's really included in the browser functionality. So yes, okay, cancel, cancel, and you get true or false as a result. Input query, this is the value entered, and okay, or we can use this input. And note that the result is being displayed as soon as we confirm or cancel. Input box, default changed. Okay, and the good old show message. Looking at the implementation of message dialog, we see that we have warning, error, information, confirmation, and custom constants as we're used to from the RTL or VCL. And the same goes for the buttons. We have abort, retry, close, yes, no, cancel. Now the key difference to the VCL. Because we're working with a web framework, we have to specify a function that the web framework can call as soon as the user confirms or cancels the dialog. This method gets the modal result as a parameter, and then we're able to evaluate the result and set other graphical controls appropriately. As said, input box gets a caption, a prompt, and a default value, and it returns the string that the user has entered. The difference to input query is that you set the default value using a variable, which is used by value, and it's changed if the user confirms the dialog. Looking at if input query is true or false, you can then use the value or not. And finally, the call to show message, absolutely no difference to what you're used from with the VCL. And yet again, you've seen how easy TMS Web makes it to get simple user input and show dialogs.